It surely is a very early start, but it's a very, very important day in Chiang Mai. Let's find out what it is. If you want to know anything about a city or about the people, you must go to the local market and find out. The market of a place gives you a complete reflection of its people in the city. Today is a really, really important day because I'm here in the market for the big Buddha day where we are offering foods to the monks. It's like in India, जैसे हम भिक्षा करते हैं, it's exactly the same principle where the monks who come out in the morning between 5 o'clock and 7 a.m. come through the market and people are shopping and picking what they really want to offer to their ancestors through this monk. Welcome to Vicky the Gastronaut, Chapter 3, Thailand. Let's go! So I'm actually picking up things for the offerings of the monks. So I've picked up some different kinds of sticky rice because I think most of my ancestors really like sweets. So I would like it pass it on to my Pardadas or Kundevtas. I take one of this, some fresh fruits as well. It's not even 7 in the morning and this plate is completely buzzing. All you can smell is these beautiful aromas of this amazing food. Let's get some of this.
It's all dip.
Oh, these are all dips, yeah?
Yes.
So can you tell her to give me some of this?
Okay.
And maybe 2 more for the monks, please.
Okay. Chef, so now I tell you go to offer food for the monks.
Yeah, I think the monks will be very happy with what I've got them. Some sweet, some savory. It will be really nice. Chiang Mai is a city of culture and tradition in transition. So I think we have been very blessed today that we came to the market, we actually shopped for somebody else. So literally we are in making the people happy business. Welcome to Vicky the Gastronaut, Chapter 3 in Thailand.
Chef, this is a Chiang Mai gate. They make this one when the king Mang Rai. So this gate is the way to go from South Chiang Mai to Lamphun.
1,800 years old. Wow.
Yes. So this is the way that they can go for.
Sifa, I'm feeling very hungry now.
Actually, after we offering the food for the monk, we always go for the congee.
If you want to have an epic breakfast, you start your day with a lovely congee. I Jok Sompet in Chiang Mai. Now, congee finds its origins in Asia, and congee is basically gruel sim known as porridge. Now, you want to know how a congee is made? I'm going to tell you right now. Rice, which is cooked on a very slow fire till it actually becomes like a fabulous porridge. Look at that. Now this has got some nice meatballs which are made with pork, which are made with fish, which can be made with anything. Once you order a basic congee, the congee is then served with a julienne of scallions, spring onions, chili oil and a boiled egg generally. So that's the basic congee. And then you can add whatever you like. Pork, offal, chicken, prawns. It's simple and it's comfortable food. So this is actually a pork which goes into a piping bag. Basically he's just cooking it so they set firm, and once they are slightly firm, they go into this master stock back to boiling. And that master stock is used in making of the rice. So basically you are cycling flavors from here to there, from there to there. In in Chiang Mai, you can eat breakfast like a king. I'm eating almost like a monk's breakfast, which is like congee and rice, which is very simple. Chef Karan is eating a congee, but he's added pork balls into it. Chef Sifa, she's having a congee with egg and pork offals in it. So if you come to Chiang Mai, you have to come dive into this congee at Jok Sompet, Chiang Mai. Welcome to Vicky, the Gastronaut, Chapter 3, Thailand.
So for me, the memories of congee are, it tastes best when you get up from the hangover and have it for the breakfast.
Oh, so now I know why I'm feeling so good. There's no greater love than the love for coffee. In that whole world of high-tech coffee machines, here I am in Thailand grinding my own coffee beans, which are actually grown here.
Usually when I see people drinking coffee, they try to add some sugar. But this coffee doesn't need even one pinch of sugar.
อันนี้กาแฟเนี่ยคือมันจะไอเดียของในหลวงเนาะใช้จนกว่าที่ว่ามี
So before the coffee, this project coming, all this mountain, it become a drug. People on the mountain, they start to use a lot of drug. So my king coming inside, we see now is something wrong with the country. So he start to do this project and try to build everything new again. So he said that time nobody know much about the coffee. So he got the idea what? So he go out of the house to stay so many countries around Thailand to learn with the people.
Very good, man. Very good.
That's what the first time I met him, I really like proud of
Wow.
him. He done a lot of things for the country.
And I think this is a great example for everyone who's actually watching this, that every country in this world has resources. Building up a community within a country is the most important thing, because he's not doing it for himself. He's actually created a whole new universe for the next generation.
Yeah.
Can we eat this? Yeah. Wow.
Very similar to berries.
Oh, I love it. Sweet.
The 4 stages of coffee. So once the berries are on the coffee bushes, they're actually green in color. To red berry. After that, they are plucked. Then they are soaked, dried, and that's the last stage, is white coffee beans before they actually get roasted. And that's how we get the coffee. It smells so good, unbelievable, really. This coffee is all about the labor of love, and we always have to share the love, please.
Shayo! Wow. Chef, I feel we should do some food together using this coffee.
Let's do a really nice recipe. I can already feel half the recipe coming in, but I'm not going to tell you now.
I'm waiting to taste it.
Yeah, you will taste. Boss, this is outstanding. So when we talk about sustainability, we talk about working with whatever we have. We've got this beautiful organic coffee which is brewed. We have organic chicken, which is from the farm, into which I'm going to be adding this coffee. People like to have cinnamon with their coffee. So we have some cinnamon stick, some cardamom. We have some badi elaichi going in here as well. Some star anise, palm sugar. The soya sauce is going to season the chicken. A little bit of chili powder, a little bit of cumin powder, and coriander powder and garam masala. And the star of the recipe is this hand-pounded paste which is made with shallots, garlic, mountain red chilies, which is going to go inside. So there is a lot of flavor happening here. Okay, this is the first time I'm actually cooking with coffee in a chicken. Now, 9 out of 10 times, the entire coffee plantations have pepper, clove, cinnamon, cardamom growing alongside the coffee. So keeping that DNA of coffee and what goes around it, I present you this dish. Thai coffee plantation chicken is ready.
Okay, wow. That was great. Absolutely mouth-watering. And I think we should try that at home. But once we get Chef Vicky Ratnani here at the Hospitality College, we will ask him to demonstrate this live. It sounds absolutely great. And you know, such a beautiful preparation. Chicken with coffee. Oh, wow. Absolutely. And such a brilliant coffee. So, students, ladies and gentlemen, and parents and moms who are watching this, let's not waste time. I'm very excited to get on with it as fast as possible. So let me get Chef Vicky Ratnani. Over to you, Chef. Everybody enjoy. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very much. And we welcome you to Chitkara. Thank you. And we are really looking forward to this session.
First of all, thank you for choosing me to speak to your future students and the future forerunners of this industry in India and their parents. Thank you very much. All I can say is that you kids have chosen a really fantastic path because, you know, when you look at a deeper value जो hospitality की होती है, ये काफी responsibility की होती है. Now, जब कोई भी when you call somebody at home, you make sure that that person is absolutely safe, he's absolutely comfortable, you have cooked or made a drink for him, what that person likes. So of course you try to get a history about that person, or you already know him, or so. Now the whole idea is that the moment the doorbell rings and he enters into your house, he is in your responsibility, okay? Physically, mentally, spiritually, safety, okay? Now I will not invite somebody if my roof is going to fall down, you know, I'm just saying. So this is the exact way where you have taken an oath to people that the moment they enter your restaurant or your hotel or your area, they are completely 100%, they are absolutely 100% safe. They're going to come here, you're going to be responsible for them, you're going to dine them well, you're going to wine them well, you're going to give them a good ambience. So hospitality is a very, very serious business. At the same time, when you are in the kitchen, okay? Now, people think, yeah, it's all fun. It is great fun. Creativity is the best thing for anyone to be a part of it. And, but safety is very important. Knowledge is very important. You know, you have to have a little conscientiousness. You have to be a little caring. You have to have a little more pride in what you do. Now, I can go on forever and ever, but मैंने सोचा, why don't I make you something really quick so that while you are at home and before you actually come to college and they're going to teach you how to cook pasta, they're going to teach you how to make aglio olio peperoncino, which means garlic, olive oil and chilies and salt. That's what it is. Now सबके घर में पास्ता तो होगा ही, तेल होगा, मिर्ची होगी, and you have garlic, and you can create such a fantastic meal. Now this base of pasta, you can add different things. You want to put vegetables, you can put any kind of vegetables. You want to put meat, you can put meat, you can put mushrooms. So this is one basic survival. जैसे दाल चावल होती है, I didn't want to teach you how to make a dal chawal because I think your mother makes the best dal and chawal. I also make a really good one. But मैंने सोचा, why don't I make something really nice, which is also very soulful, and there is a technique to do it. Technique बहुत है इसमें. The way you cook the pasta, let me just bring this down. Okay. The way you cook the pasta, the way you cook your pasta, the way you slice the garlic, how much you heat the olive oil. So it is a very simple recipe, लेकिन technique और taste बहुत ही ज़्यादा है. Okay. Now पहले I've got my boiling water. Pasta is always boiled. Your pasta is always cooked in boiling salted water. So देखो, water is on a big boil. Now I'm going to be adding a little bit of salt into this. Now when you are cooking pasta in water, ये जो pasta है, जो पानी है, it has to be slightly namkeen, okay, but not very very salty, but it has to be a little salt. जैसे जब भी आप मठरी खाते हो, the matri has a little bit of salt in it. Now this is very important because ये जो pasta है, it's going to be picking up all the flavors of the salt in this. Okay, it's like जब भी आप चावल पकाते हो, when you don't put salt, what happens to it? जितने भी अच्छे घने चावल है, you will not get the taste and flavor because नमक नहीं है. So I'm going to be cooking. ये मेरी घर के लिए lunch भी है, so I'm going to be cooking almost 3/4 of the packet. So I'm literally making about half a kilo. Okay, not maybe half a kilo, but a little less than that. Okay, so spaghetti डाल दी हमने पानी में over here, and then I'm going to be using a little tongue उसको stir करने के लिए. Okay, now you can also use shorter pasta like penne, like fusilli, farfalle. Now you must have seen that every kinara shop pasta बेचती है आजकल. And you know what? I think if pasta is eaten with a good salt, with a good sauce, it's pretty healthy as well. और आजकल you're also getting some whole wheat, okay, whole wheat flour, यानी कि आटे की पास्ता मिलती है, चने की आटा की पास्ता मिलते हैं. Also the rice noodles are also very healthy for you. Okay, so this is all set. Now the next thing we have to do is make our sauce. Now pasta takes about 9 to 11 minutes to cook, so we have to do something while this is going on. So I said, why don't we make a really nice sauce? So I'm going to move this here a little bit. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay, so you might not see my face, but it's okay, you're going to see me a long time. So as I said, spaghetti aglio olio peperoncino comes from Italy. Okay, now generally this pasta is always made in the night. जब लोग को रात को भूख लगती है, or they want to make something very quick, ये चटपट बन जाता है. So like how everybody makes Maggie at home. I'm not a big promoter of Maggie, but it's okay once in a while. जब आपके पास कुछ नहीं है घर पे, ठीक है, लेकिन ये पास्ता, learn how to make this, you will forget everything else. Okay, so we got to cook. Let me just, so this is done. Next, garlic, nice whole fresh garlic here, which we are going to slice. So बिल्कुल इसे पतला सा आप slice कर सकते हो. Now sliced garlic has a much better flavor than chopped garlic, okay, because जब आप garlic को slice करते हो, it is actually cooking perfectly on the surface, complete surface area. So I like to actually slice my garlic very thin. Okay, and garlic is good for you. Okay, as you know, garlic is an antioxidant. It's great for digestion as well. This will, a lot of people eat raw garlic in the morning. People like to even have garlic water. So it's always been good for the blood, and it's always been good for gut health. यानी कि it's great for the stomach as well, as it it is responsible to kill a lot of bacteria inside as well. Okay, now normally ये pasta इससे बनती है. Now whenever my daughter orders pizza at home, remember chili flakes, oregano, बिल्कुल संभाल के रखो. लेकिन ये पास्ता में भी बहुत काम आ सकते हैं. So literally ये आप बचा के रखो और इसके साथ ही आपकी नई डिश बन जाती है. So I always keep this. Okay. In case अगर आपके पास fresh chilies नहीं हो, तो I'm going to be. So we've got another nice sliced garlic going on here. I think we have. You can always reduce the amount of garlic you want. That's no problem. So I'm going to be slicing this because we like to eat a lot of garlic. In the same time, you have to keep on stirring the pasta. Log bolte hai, you have to put water in this. Don't worry about it. You don't really need to put water in this. Okay, you need to just, you don't need to put oil into it. You need to just stir it once in a while. And if you have enough water inside and the right amount of pasta, you should not have a problem. So that is done. So let's continue slicing some garlic. So we have our garlic here. Next, we're going to slice our chili. So you can also use dried red chili flakes. Like I was in the market today. I went to buy some fresh basil. Okay, over here. So he was selling some chilies. So मैंने typical Indian style में ज़रा 4 मिर्ची तो दे देना मुझे. So I got my nice stock of fresh red chilies as well. Now remember one thing: the fresh produce is fresh produce. We always like to use fresh things. So we just slice these chilies. Okay. Be careful when you guys use the knife. Okay. But knife skills are very important, guys. And I tell you, it's a kind of, once you get into cooking, this is exactly like a riyaz or meditation. And even it's fun prepping your own vegetables, shopping your own vegetables, creating your own food. So literally you will know that when you start buying ingredients, you will know how to buy them. You know, we go to college to learn all this, but our mothers at home, they are champions. उनको सब मालूम है कि कौन सी सब्जी कब खरीदी जाती है, किस भाव की खरीदते हैं, उसकी क्वालिटी कैसी है. That is the first thing you should know. Before you start cooking, you have to learn how to select the right kind of vegetables. Vegetables, which ones are seasonal, because seasonal vegetables are the ones which are actually good for you. So it's the recipe and the cooking is the last thing, my friends. Okay. So now we've got this pasta which is cooking here. I'm going to move this here on this side and continue. And we are going to put our pan here to make our sauce. Okay. So I'm going to move this closer a little bit. Okay. Now we've got a pan here. Now this is an oil-based sauce. Okay. So it has a good amount of oil in it, but then we also add pasta ka pani in here as well. Okay. And we create an actual emulsion. So now the idea is that you have to lightly heat your oil up, but you don't make it smoking hot. नहीं तो ये जो आपका garlic है वो जल जाएगा. So I'm going to be adding this, and while the garlic starts actually dancing, that's when you actually put this off. So I'm going to add I've got my garlic happening here. Oh, I have a little bit. I might as well use it. So ये देखो अब garlic has started dancing. Okay, you can see here. So there's a nice dancing of garlic happening here. Now, you have to have it in temperature. So the moment it starts dancing, I'm going to add the chilies. Okay. And I'm going to stir this a little bit. Okay. In the meanwhile, I'm going to be adding a little bit of salt here as well. Now when you see it coming to this, तो जैसे आप तड़का दे रहे हो, this is almost like when the garlic starts dancing like this, and when you see it slightly beginning to turn, okay, to turn here, sorry guys about this, okay. So at this stage, when it's become light, and you can get a really nice flavor of the garlic, I'm going to switch this off now, okay, because the oil is still hot. Okay, the oil is still hot and it's just about right. You don't need to add anything else. Now, what you actually need now is to emulsify the sauce. So we are going to be adding, you will be surprised, but it's true. I'm going to be adding a little bit of this, the water from the pasta in here. Okay, and I'm going to stir this. So what this is actually doing, this is actually even forming an emulsion with the oil, okay, and also the flavor of salt and water and the starch of the pasta, okay, perfect. So आप देखोगे, literally, I have made this emulsion, okay. So this is water, oil, garlic, salt and chilies. That's it, okay. Now I have some chili flakes, which I got from my daughter ordered some pizza, so मैं थोड़ा सा वो भी डाल देता हूँ here, okay. Now you can see here, the garlic is cooking in the water, which is emulsified with the oil, and at the same time, it is evaporating. So you're going to be left with a real concentrate of flavor. Okay. So we're going to put this off. My spaghetti is ready. Okay. You have to lift it up and see, yes, pasta is perfectly done. I'm going to drain this pasta. I'm going to drain this pasta. So I'm going to drain this pasta, and also what I've done is मैंने इसका पानी बचा लिया है थोड़ा सा in case we need the water later. So I've switched it off here and I've put it here. Now if you see the sauce now here, okay, it has become an emulsification, okay. ये आप कॉलेज में सीखोगे, don't worry, no tension. So ये पानी और oil का mixture है, in which the garlic is cooking now, okay. The garlic is becoming soft because of the water it's cooking, but it is not frying because of the water, okay. Now as the water evaporates, you can see the oil starts getting more prominent now. See, it's back to oil because the water is evaporated, but it's added a lot of flavor. Next, I'm going to be adding my pasta inside here. So now we have our pasta which is done. So now we turn this. Now because that's oil and it's pasta, it turns to stick. So now what we do is we add a little bit of this water again, because now the water will form steam in the pan and our pasta will become loose again. Okay, so बिल्कुल एक interface हो गया यहाँ पे. पास्ता के नीचे पानी है, पानी के नीचे तेल है, so the pasta does not get stuck. So this is what it is. बहुत ही simple है, and it is the perfect aglio olio. ये जो garlic है, it has become absolutely बिल्कुल मीठा हो गया, and it's absolutely soft. So it's got the flavor of garlic, but कच्चा नहीं है ये. Then we have some fresh basil leaves here. I'm going to add some fresh basil leaves inside here. And my pasta is ready, guys. That's it. So this is a very delicious, very simple dish. Okay, as you will need, I'm going to add a little bit more. Beautiful. So it's a very nice, juicy pasta. And then अभी इसको थोड़ी सी plating कर देते हैं. I'm going to move this in. Look. So normally you will see there is a lot of technique involved in this. It's very simple, but try and practice this. This is one of the most amazing and the most delicious pastas that has ever been created. बिल्कुल simple है, सिर्फ 5 ingredients है, and you don't need anything high tech. All you need to do is get some pasta, and look, this is beautiful. This is literally getting a very nice flavor. Okay, so I'm going to be making this really nice, lovely bowl for you right here. And then we have some fresh basil to be garnished here. So we have a really nice basil leaf here, and spaghetti aglio olio with fresh chilies ready. That's how easy it is. So you see, काफी simple है, but there is a reason why do you put salt in the water? It's to flavor the pasta. Why do we need to keep the water from the pasta? Is because अगर आप पानी में नहीं, ये बिल्कुल सेवइयां की तरह fry हो जाएगी, they will stick. So the water has it has to cook the pasta, to make the sauce, and also prevent the garlic not to get too brown, as well as to create this beautiful oil and water ka sauce. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. So we're going to be moving to the next side in about 2 minutes. In about 2 minutes time, and where I will tell you a little story about myself, and I will try my best to encourage you, motivate you, because you guys, first of all, are in a very good university. I mean, when I came to your college and I went up to the kitchen, you know, it's like a nostalgia where you want to start learning again. Okay, so I'm going to wash my hands and I'm going to be with you in a minute.
Thank you, Chef. I can get the fragrance here. I wish I could taste it too, but sounds brilliant. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. So allow me just 1 second.
Sure.
I will move into my office chair.
Okay.
I need ASAP. No, don't worry. The headphones better. Earphones. Anyone's, mom's, yours, quick. Those don't work.
Okay, students, if you have any questions, send them to the mentors, please, and we can ask Chef later. But you can send the questions while he's getting his room ready. Okay, so shoot the questions to the mentors, and the mentors can send me in the group we know of, and then we can ask later. Okay, thank you.
Sure. It's for mom also, not only for you. Is this good, sir?
Absolutely perfect. Perfecto.
Okay.
Over to you. Yeah, please.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Crystal, sir, crystal.
We can. Yes, we can.
Once again for having me. And it's been a pleasure and an honor. We welcome all the students to Chitkara University.
Chef, a little sound, please. The sound is a little muffled. If you can improve that. It was very good earlier.
1 minute. Should we do it without the headphones?
Perfect. Now it's perfect. Now it's perfect.
Forget the headphones. We'll try and keep quiet in the house. Okay. So first of all, thank you very much. It's a matter of honor to be speaking to the lovely students, the future runners of the industry. And trust me, you guys have made a fantastic choice. You are very lucky because you have great facilities. You have an amazing faculty. And I think you don't need anything else. All you need is now setting goals and staying very focused on what you want to do. Now, the whole idea of showing you the video is about just telling you that how the different verticals of life come to you and which exist, and you create them from the hospitality background. Gone are the days where that if you worked in the hotel industry, you only need to join a 5-star hotel or a 5-star restaurant, or become a hotel manager, become a chef in a hotel. So the whole thinking is completely changed now. Okay, now my basics were very, very strong. I went to IHM Mumbai, after which I worked as a chef on the ship for 15 years before I moved back to India 11 years ago. Now, when I came back 11 years ago, I started from scratch. But let me tell you a little about my ship life. I finished college, I trained in a couple of 5-star hotels, and then I went on the ship. Didn't know what I was getting into. Where I was hired as a breakfast cook. And my job was to cook bacon, sausages, pancakes, and French toast. Now, after doing a 3-year diploma and studying so much, when you go abroad and they ask you to do French toast, do pancakes, do bacon, it was a bit discouraging. But when I first day went into the kitchen, I was shadowing with another cook who was showing me, and he was going on vacation the next week. So I had to, उसके साथ मुझे काम करना पड़ा, और मैं, so I had to shadow him basically and follow. और वो एक हफ्ते में मेरी पूरी उंगलियां जल गई थी, because we were cooking 200 kilos of bacon, 200 kilos of sausages, making 1,000 French toasts and 1,000 pancakes. Now, that was the highest amount of pancakes, sausages, bacon that I'd ever seen in my life ever. Okay, we had maximum cooked 250 grams of sausages, bacon, make 10, 20 pancakes, 30 pancakes, French toast, vagara. So it was a complete eye-opener for me that, you know what, it's not about the kind of job you do. It's about how you do it, the attitude towards it, the teamwork you do it, what you learn from it, what you can teach others, and how you improve on yourself. So this was almost like a 7 antennas which were popping, that, that I swore to myself that I would never demean any job or kind of job or do expect anything. And all I started was a road to learn. Now, we used to travel, we used to do the entire world cruise, which means that we would start one, we would start one session, um, we would start a session or a cruise in April, in December from New York, or uske, for 4 months we used to cruise all around the world and come back. So I did 7 of these world cruises. Okay, um, I was with a company called Cunard, which is a very prestigious company, which belongs to the royal family as well in the UK. I was personal chef to Nelson Mandela and a few others dignitaries which were came on board. And we used to work about 13, 14, 15 hours a day. Uh, it was a 7-day week. We were in a 200 square foot cabin where 4 people used to sleep. In between the cabins, they were sharing toilets. So literally, that's how the whole struggle started. But it was always about laughter. I never complained about the size of my cabin or how much work we had to do, because in those days or at that point of your career, all you want to do and all you want to know is about what am I going to learn more, इससे और क्या बनेगा, इसके बाद में क्या करूँगा, and what am I going to do the next thing. So literally the entire journey, from a breakfast cook and then to the first cook. First cook is like a section head, then sous chef, executive sous chef, chef de cuisine, then executive chef. So literally, um, from a second commie to executive chef, uh, I reached the point at in about 12 and a half years. I was the first and the only Indian executive chef in the history of Cunard lines. Okay. And it was a very, very big thing because a Cunard is a typical English company. It's an English naval company, uh, where you didn't have any officers from India, which means either in the deck or engine department or anywhere else. Um, so literally, I was the first Indian 2.5 stripe officer. Now, while I was on the ship, you had to learn how to do the lifeboat, life raft, fire extinguishing. We had to clean everything. You have to clean your own. Anything above the ground was cleaned by the cooks. The utilities only cleaned the floors and they did heavy duty cleaning of pots and pans. But your own equipment, like your grill, like your oven, like your work table, like your fridges, all your other small equipment, everything had to be cleaned by the cooks. So while we were learning how to cook, we were also learning how to save water, how to clean, and so it was literally going back into a whole new universe where there are no assistants and every day is a Sunday. Okay, you work 7 days a week, you work 13, 14 hours a day, and you are learning a lot. So that is the price you had to pay to learn. I am not saying that everyone has to go through this, but everyone is expected to go through some kind of rigorous but productive, okay, journey to get to where you are now. Okay, now the video to show you was not about how to become that. If you're joining become a chef, you want to become a chef on TV or celebrity chef. No, if you are in that college or in this industry for that reason, I'm sorry, you are in the wrong profession. The first responsibility or the first reason why you are in this business, the hospitality industry is also called making the people happy business. Okay. So my idea is that I have become a chef because I love to cook. and I love to cook for others. And I like to make people happy through my cooking and my skill and my knowledge. Now the same thing happens in every department, in everywhere, every जो भी whatever job जो आपको होटल में करना है, this is what you have to do is that you have to take an oath that I will promise that I will be absolutely knowledgeable, safe, clean. Grooming is very important. You know, you have to look good, you have to be clean shaven, you have to wear a clean uniform, etc., etc., in order to make you, the other person feel very good and welcome into your house. Now, as I moved on, we Cunard Cruise Lines, which has the ships like the Queen Mary 2, the QE2, the Queen Victoria, the Queen Elizabeth New, all of them. Now, I was responsible. I became a teacher. I was also sent to Manila after I became an executive chef to hire 148 chefs to work on the biggest ship at that time was the Queen Mary 2. So we ran a school where me and two of my other chefs, the cuisines, and one sous chef, we became the opening team teachers as well. So people don't know that side of me, but I'm a certified train the trainer and I'm a certified instructor in the UK and the US. I can still go into any college and school and actually teach them, okay, or any hotel as well. So I was given the opportunity to run a school in Manila where we were teaching, we were selecting people. Now, what did that teach us? It taught us about learning about other people, having time for other people, also using everyone's skill, okay? Using everyone's skill and giving them the right direction, the right job, the right kitchen, the right section to work with. So working in the kitchen and becoming a chef is a mentor, he is a father, he is a leader, he is a motivator, he is a businessman, he has to prove results, he has to serve the tastiest food, he has to be on time, and he has to look after his team. So literally it is a multifaceted job description or character which one has to have, which will only be possible if you focus and you really enjoy what you do. You know, the idea is that don't don't you choose something which you love to do for the rest of your life and every day is like a vacation. You know, you don't need to take a vacation because you are so involved in the team. Because it's very simple. If you look at people in the past who have become legends, who have created history, are the people who have actually worked, helped, made time for people, and moved on. That's exactly my piece of advice to you is that we are at the moment in a very difficult situation, but it is the time जो पूरी industry, पूरी दुनिया align हो रही है. Look, now people's choices are changing. Now I'm sitting here with you, I'm talking to you, and I'm explaining to you. I'm in my kitchen, I'm cooking for you. So literally, the way the world is going to go ahead, things are going to happen more effectively, more productively, and people are going to be learning to use their time also cautiously. Okay, people are going to start respecting their family members more, their team members more. People are going to respect and save good resources. People are going to eat well. People are going to be cooked well. So you are entering a completely new world at the moment. And believe me, don't lose hope. Use this time to learn new skills. Use this time to communicate. Use this time to actually learn from people. Learn from your mother. Learn from your neighbor. And I'll tell you, there is this time वापस कभी नहीं आएगा in a good way. So I think you are on a completely right track. You have time now. Listen to what your teachers are saying. Read. I mean, we don't have the internet. हम सिर्फ लाइब्रेरी में जाते थे, लाइब्रेरी से बुक्स से पढ़ते थे. उसके बाद जो now when we were my mothers, my aunties, we used to take actually cuttings from newspapers because recipes used to come out in what? In ladies magazines and in newspapers. Now look, I mean, I have one library here behind me. I have one more library at the back. Now, so immerse yourself in knowledge because that's the only way you will go forward. Use the internet in the right way. Learn to read. There's lots of information. You have a lot of good cooking videos, which I have done. Please do watch it. Okay. I don't have much to say, but I want to listen a lot from you all. So, gents, over to you guys, and I'm really happy to take questions.
Thank you, Chef. That was brilliant. Absolutely, it reminds you of college again, you know. And I have also passed from IHM Mumbai, which was a brilliant college, way back in 1980 when the great
Thangam Philip.
Thangam Philip was there. I mean, memories. Okay, so we've got a volley of questions. Let me start. The first one is from a student by the name of Daljit Singh.
Hi, Daljit.
Okay, his question is, sir, can you please ask Chef Vicky about his experience in Queen Elizabeth II? You've done that. So
well, I'll tell you about the Queen Elizabeth II. It was the first unique ship. Okay. Now, we used to call ourselves working in ocean liners, and we were not working in cruise ships. Now, there was a reason. We were called ocean liners because the way the Cunard line built their ships, like the QE2, like the Queen Victoria, is that it had a very strong engine, and the ship was shaped in such a way that it could cut through the Atlantic. Now, most of the Cunard ships were known as the transatlantic liners, because like the Titanic. Okay, now normally if you had to go from the UK to the US, you would have to literally go, there was one choice, either you can go just above the globe, which was the shortest way, or the other one was from the South Atlantic, which takes 14 to 16 days. Most of the ships who tried to go from Europe to the US, they cross the Atlantic, they take 2 weeks. The Cunard, the QE2, the Queen Mary 2, we used to do it in 6 days because the ships were built that. Also, it was the old English class system where depending on which cabin you stay in, you're entitled to eat in that particular restaurant. So it was like a typical, like an airline, because if you're sitting in economy, that's the kind of seat you get, that's the kind of food you get, that's the kind of service you get. When you go up to premium economy, then you go to business and you go to first class. Okay. So Cunard ships are exactly like that. Now the advantage for us was that when you worked in different kitchens, you had to learn to work in the bulk kitchen. You had to learn to work in production. Then I moved into the slightly upper restaurant, then to the upper. So while we were moving from restaurant to restaurant, the menus became more complicated. The produce became more wow. I mean, the amount of caviar and other things what we have seen, it was like मूंगफली की तरह वहां पर caviar खाते थे. So I had a great experience, which even keeps me on my toes now, is that because I have worked with every single produce there is in this world, in terms of protein, in terms of different kinds of fish, different kinds of shellfish, different kinds of vegetables, meats. So I have seen, eaten and cooked everything there is to do. So that was another great experience for me.
So how many rooms or cabins did QE2 have?
I'll be honest, I would not remember, but we would carry, at that time, we used to carry 1,400 guests, but we were 1,100 crew.
Oh, wow.
So the ratio was really high because the sweets, each one had two butlers and yeah.
And how many restaurants, chef?
QE2 had the Queen's Grill, which was the top 200 people out of the 1200 people, 1400. 220 of them ate in the Queen's Grill. 110 ate in the Princess and the Britannia Grill. And then we had the Coronia, where 350 people ate, and the rest ate in the Mauritania in two seatings.
Okay, wow. Wow.
So it was a very, and Queen Mary 2 was double that amount. In the Queen Mary 2, I had 148 chefs working in my kitchen. So we had 50 or 60,000 square feet of production areas. I was known as the little tiger of Cunard. Yeah, I used to run the ship single-handed with 5 chefs de cuisines, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay. Chef, the next question is from Avijit Banerjee.
Hi, Abhijit.
He says the chili that you added, were they regular chili flakes or was it a proprietary ingredient?
No, so I also use fresh chilies, which I got from the market.
Okay.
And then I got the chili flakes, which my daughter ordered some pizza. So whenever we get this, and I keep it for my pasta. So I use some
Okay.
chili flakes as well, yeah.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant. Okay. A question from Tushar.
Hi, Tushar.
Tushar says, can we add soya sauce into spaghetti?
Well, you can use whatever sauce you want to the spaghetti. If you're making something Chinese or any dish, this I was making an aglio olio, which is a basic sauce. Now, whatever tadka you want to give, whatever vegetables you want to add, please feel free to do whatever you want.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Lakshay Gupta wants to know, you did mention it was Thai basil. Which leaf
No,
is used?
it was Italian basil and Thai
Italian
chilies.
basil. Okay, 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 brilliant. And in the last stage of the preparation, what types of herbs can we use?
Well, generally in a pasta like this, you would put basil and parsley, that's it.
Okay. Karthik Kumar wants to know, Chef, what was your experience of being the best chef of India? That's a big question.
You know, I don't think that's a very fair thing to say. You know,
Okay.
I think I'm really against all this. You know, how when it's like the best or the second best. I think all of us, all chefs who have worked um, in this industry for more than 15, 20 years are all best chefs because we are still here. A lot of people don't even last for 2 months in the industry. And we've worked hard. God has been kind. We've helped a lot of people. So it's a great appreciation then when people select you as the chef of the year. But of course, I feel very proud for that. And I again echo that, you know, it is possible for anyone.
Okay. Rushil Khanna, Chef, wants to know, is there an entrance test or how does one get into a cruise liner?
Sorry?
How does one get into a cruise liner? Is there an entrance test or something like that?
Well, there is no, so there is an entrance test. Once you clear the interview, you need a minimum of 5 years experience in a hotel to get on that.
Okay. Okay, brilliant. A minimum 5 years. Okay. Ramninder Singh wants to know, should pasta be cooked with little amount of garlic or more garlic to give you more flavors?
You know, you don't even need to add garlic.
Okay.
You know, it's the choice is yours. This recipe is very garlic. It's a garlic and oil recipe. If you want to add more garlic, please add, but make sure you cook the garlic.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, a difficult question. Vedika Sharma wants to know what is the secret behind good cooking?
I think there's no secret behind good cooking. Firstly is that you have to know how to cook, which means that you have to learn to cook. You have to focus on what you're doing. And I think good cooking is about a good intention, you know. There has to be love in your cooking, you know.
Okay. Chirag Thakur, in the video, you marinated the chicken with coffee. Now, if I'm using Indian coffee, what will be the ratio of water to coffee powder? Measure of coffee in spoon.
So that's a good question. So what I would do actually now, you have to make a, so if you're using, uh, so I would use about 1 tablespoon of coffee in about 750 ml of water to 1 liter of water. And then I would be adding your khada masalas inside. And a little bit of soya sauce will be also very nice if you add to it. And that's it.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Two, I think, small questions. One is a very interesting one. It says, Chef, how do you work in a ship when it's rough seas or when there are waves?
Well, you know, that's also a very good question. So there is something which it's a standard, it's a SOP, okay, that um, whenever there's a, so how do we know when the ship, we get a pre-weather warning. It's called heavy weather warning, which comes from the bridge, of course. Um, Sometimes it comes very much in advance that tonight, while we are sailing between so and so and so and so, we are expecting uh, slightly, please fasten everything. So automatically when like for the fridges, uh, you know, we make sure that all the trolleys and jack stacks have brakes on. Usko we put like a cord in front of it, so you know we wrap the whole trolleys with cling film. We make sure that there are no stocks or soups on the stove. If anything is in the boiler, like stocks which are boiling overnight or certain things which are kept, we make sure that the stock pots are not, or the boilers are not more than half full, and and the lids are secured and tied. Um, Nothing is left. No room service trolleys or anything on casters or wheels is left. Um, Nothing is piled very high. Um, plates are kept properly in the crockery lockers, which are locked. Sometimes we have lockers where we actually have these, जैसे bar में you have skid mats, so crockery and cutlery is kept on skid mats. So these are some of the precautions we do.
Chef, last question. I'll combine this question. This is about the preparation you may have made. Lakshay wants to know which oil did he use, and Arsh Chopra wants to know which cheese is best for Italian cooking, and why is Parmesan so expensive?
That's a brilliant question. So the first thing is that in this pasta, technically you don't use cheese. There's enough oil and water. The moment you put cheese into it, it gets dry. Uh, there are various kinds of cheese which are used on the Italian table to eat just like this or to cook with. Now, primarily when you have pizza, you have a mozzarella cheese and a fresh mozzarella which is used for pizza. They can also be used in other things as well. Uh, Generally over pasta, a grated Parmesan is added to it. Now, what happens with the pasta is that the grated Parmesan doesn't have too much water or too much, it's not creamy. So it coats the pasta really well, but doesn't make it clump. Okay, it keeps everything together. Parmesan is expensive because think about it, the more you have to keep something before you actually sell it, you are adding value and money to it. It's like paying rent. Okay. If you are like, it's like a bottle of wine or a bottle of whiskey, uh, that how much ever it's matured or aged, as we say, the price goes on increasing, because if I'm making a mithai today, but if that mithai is to be sold after 2 years or after 8 months, I have to pay still for the mithai. I've paid for the ingredients. I'm paying for the refrigeration. I'm paying people to look after it. I'm paying for it to be refreshed every day. So there is a value added to it. And that's the reason why Parmesan cheese is expensive.
Okay. And Lakshay asked, which oil did you use? What's the
I used olive oil in this recipe.
olive? So is there any other oil which can be used if olive is a wee bit expensive?
I think any light flavored oil. If you're making pasta, you can't use sarson ka tel. You know, I would use something like a sunflower oil.
Okay.
Just one sec.
Hmm.
Hello. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So, Chef, thank you very much on behalf of Chitkara University, the students, the new batch of students, and Team Hospitality, my brilliant team here. Let me thank you for a fantastic session, and let's pray that COVID goes away fast. And
It's going, sir. It's going.
we are getting you to Chitkara University to physically talk to these students and motivate them. Yeah?
Great.
Thank you very much, Chef.
Thank you so much. And
yeah,
students, hang in there. You guys are in safe hands and you have a very bright future. Focus and enjoy what you're doing. Thank you. Thanks.
thank you, Chef. You have a good day. Cheers.
Thank you, sir.
Chivo,
Bye.
Chivo. What do they say? Chivo in Thai?
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Okay.
Ciao.
Oh, bye, Chef.